guilty.
What's good, guys? It's your girl Fats. Hope you guys are well. Today we have a special guest. She's a singer, songwriter, and you might have recognized her on Britain's Got Talent Series 3. We have the one and only Natalie. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You looking fine?
Oh, thank you. You look gorgeous. I like the red, maroon. I love it.
Burgundy lippy. But I need to
I
talk
love
about why are you looking all sweet, looking like that?
Well, actually, I'm wearing blue, as you can see, and
Yes.
my new single Fire is coming out soon, and the theme is blue, which represents the hottest part of the fire. So hence why I got blue lashes, blue top, blue right in there.
I am so excited. I'm so excited to just dive into your music. We have so much to talk about. But before we get into all of that, so your Britain's Got Talent audition went viral recently. You've released singles like Roll With Me, Like That, Girls Wanna Have Fun. You know, when people listen to your music and watch your visuals, what are the people's reaction? Are they like, wait, hold on, is this the same 10-year-old Natalie Okri from Britain's Got Talent? Like, she's grown. Like, what are their reactions?
Well, to be honest, many people, the most common comment that people actually say is, I feel old. And I get it, but I don't get it. But they say, like, because I was 10 when I was on Britain's Got Talent and now I'm 24, they're just like, oh my gosh, she's grown. Like, she looks good. And it's just like, wow, she's changed. And it's like, yeah.
When I do watch it back, I kind of like, I'm like, oh, look at little Natalie, and I'm like, okay, this is where I am now, and you know, I'm still doing my thing. I'm still trying to I still keep going. So I mean, yeah, I look back and I'm proud of what I did when I was young, and now it's on to bigger things.
Looking back 13, 14 years ago, you know, you was 10 years old. Like, you seemed really confident performing on stage. What was it really like? What was your experience like being on Britain's Got Talent? And was it nerve-wracking performing in front of all those judges?
So it actually was, it was kind of scary as a 10-year-old, especially being one of the young ones there and all the competition, all the adults. It was scary, but it was really exciting. You know, as a child, these were adventures that you remember, and they're things that you do just for the passion and for the love of the music. And, you know, even though I got to the semi-finals, I didn't get to the final. It actually hurt a lot, which is why I cried on national TV. But you know, as a child, when you love doing something so much and you feel that, so it wasn't necessarily a sense of rejection, but it was just like, you could say betrayal. I mean, especially, I mean, you probably wouldn't understand because I'm not being very clear, but when we did the Britain's Got Talent, in the semi-finals, the producers actually changed my song last minute. And I know as a 10-year-old, I trusted them and I thought, oh, they know what's best for me. But my mum didn't really like the idea of them changing, especially because I'd been having rehearsals with dancers and I had a choreographer for that specific song I was going to do. And then they changed it and they said, oh, by the way, you're not doing the performance with the choreographers, with the dancers. And I was just like, oh, and they just threw me on stage. And then the song that they changed, then I got told, oh, now you can't get to the final. And I was really confused because the judges actually said that I should have sang something that showed my vocals. And the song I was going to do was going to show my vocals.
Your vocals, yeah.
Exactly, and they changed it to a song that was pop. So I felt kind of disheartened and very sad as a child, but you know, you get over it. I got a lot of support from my friends and my family. So yeah, I guess it's all part of the journey and it's all the fun, you know, the thrill. So yeah.
Looking back, do you look back at that situation and it's like, why did you change that song for me? Like, does it play in your mind? Like, why did they do that?
Well, I kind of understand now because I have gotten some intel in the behind the scenes of like what happens on film and TV. There's a secret that I shouldn't be giving out, but producers tend to choose their winners before anything has even happened and they've made a decision already. So it's all set up. Yeah, it's all a setup and it's all literally just, yeah. So it. And I mean, all things work together for my good. I was only 10 years old. I was young, you know. I guess it just, I feel like it is what it is, you know,
Yeah.
like all things work together for your good. And maybe it was best that I didn't win.
Well, the generation that we're in right now, we've seen artists become successful using different forms of social media and marketing themselves. And we've seen a lot of success when it comes to that. Do you feel like artists still need to go in shows like The Voice, X Factor, Britain's Got Talent to become successful, or they should just use different forms of social media to market themselves as artists?
Yeah, I don't actually think that nowadays, in this day and age, I don't believe that we need Britain's Got Talent or X Factor or The Voice to validate talent anymore. I feel like using platforms like TikTok, Instagram, even Twitter, you can use it all to your advantage, YouTube, and many people are being discovered via those platforms. And I've also noticed that you can also do adverts and you can advertise it. And this is you doing out of the comfort of your own space without having to travel to go to a TV production show and be validated and told how great your talent is and how bad you are. You know, I don't think anybody deserves that. And I feel like social media, you can use that to your advantage, literally. Like, I don't think that those TV shows I think it's just for entertainment now. No one's really, you know, watching it as much, especially because people just use Netflix now and their streaming platforms. No one really watches TV. I don't even remember the last time I watched television.
I totally agree with you when it comes to that. I don't watch TV myself.
Yeah, TV.
Now, after your journey on Britain's Got Talent, I know you was very young, but in that moment, did you realize, you know what, this is my lane, this is my moment? You know, at that point, did you still want to pursue music, regardless of the outcome of, you know, you leaving the show?
Yes, I definitely feel like music, that's what I've always been passionate about, and that's what I wanted to continue doing. I'm not gonna stop. It's something that God has blessed me with and something that I enjoy. I've got my own studio in my house, so I record when I like and I write. I love writing, I love melodies. So yeah, I definitely, from when I was young, I made that decision. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna let Britain's Got Talent determine whether I should or shouldn't continue.
Amazing. So, you know, years have passed by. You've had some success in the last couple of years. You know, you've collaborated with Ramz, Sneakbo. You've also opened up for Tion Wayne. What has it been like being in the music industry, and have you had to face some challenges as well?
Yes, actually. I would say I'll answer your first question. So, what has it been like? So, being in the music industry, I feel like there's a lot of one thing that you have to be is consistent. And when you're consistent from experience, when you've got your buzz going and people are staying on board with the music you're releasing and what you're up to, if you now stop all of a sudden, because it's now a career, it's like a full-time job, it's something you have to be devoted to and you have to be consistent. And the minute you stop and you take that little break, you have to rebuild all over again. And it's very tiring, it's very stressful. And music can also be very expensive if you don't have a label behind you. If you're funding by yourself, it can be very expensive. So yeah, I mean, music, it's enjoyable, but it can become a chore, but it's about channeling it so that it's not a chore, but it's still making it something that you enjoy. And in terms of what was your second question again? Sorry.
What has it been like? Like, have you had to face some challenges being in the music industry?
Challenges, indeed, I have. So, as a Black young artist, a singer specifically, I feel like a lot of us, I'm speaking on behalf of vocalists that are young Black females, I feel like a lot of us are not really given that I don't know what the correct term is. I don't feel like there are many that are being put on that pedestal. For example, someone like Ella May, she's Black. She's from the UK, but she had to go to America to be able to get on that specific level, as people say. And in the UK, you've got someone like one of my friends, Bella, Manelia. They're R&B singers. They're from the UK, and they're not really being given that
recognition.
They're very underrated, and we can't really name anybody that is on the same level as someone, for example, as Adele. If we say Adele, everybody knows Adele internationally. She's from the UK. She's local, and she's been doing her thing for years, and it's really been showing. I'd say, for example, as well, another female that I can use an example is Steph London. She's not necessarily a singer, but she also had to go to America and do a song with French Montana, the likes of French Montana, and really get herself out there, but internationally. And I feel like staying in the UK, sometimes you can be capped as a young Black female. And that is one of the things that is very challenging. And I would hope that curse will be broken very soon. I mean, do you know any Black R&B or Afrobeat singers from the UK that are really...
Not really, but it just brings me to my next question. Do you feel like perhaps maybe artists need to make that move to go to the US?
We shouldn't have to do that,
Exactly.
I don't feel like that should have to be the only way. I feel like in the UK, people need to be more accepting and more supportive. I don't really feel like... I mean, I see that people do support a lot of young Black female singers. Yeah. However, I don't feel like it's on the same level as one would support Summer Walker or Beyonce. Or
another person, sorry to cut you off, another person that had to move to the UK was someone like Estelle.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Indeed. And she had to move to have that success, like the success of like Missy Elliott. Do you know what I mean?
Is Missy Elliott from the UK?
No, but what I'm trying to say is like someone like Missy Elliott that has had major success in America. We haven't had that here. Exactly. So for someone like Estelle that was in the UK, she had to move to the US, Yeah, well, she felt like she had to move to the US to break through, Yeah,
it's true. She even made a song called American Boy, and it's like, new American boys, So no, it's true. It's very true, and it's very frustrating. And I just hope that won't have to be the case very soon.
So how did this collaboration come about with you, Sneakbo and Ramz? Tell us about that.
So, where do I start? So it all started when I made the song Roll With Me. I made it in the studio with Dan Cabs. He's an amazing producer. And initially I had done the whole song by myself. And he was like, oh, Natalie, this sounds like you should get a rapper on it, I was like, really? Okay, who you thinking? He was like, oh, maybe Gino J. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And me and Gino J were already following each other on social media and supporting each other's music. So I think Dan actually hit him up and got him to do a verse. And I also was like, yeah, do your verse. He did his verse. And in the end, we were meant to shoot the video, and then it just clashed. On the day, things clashed, and then in the end, we just removed him from the song. So then Sneakbo had actually messaged me in 2016, and then in 2018, he popped up and he was like, oh, we need to work or something like that. Then he commented on one of my videos of me singing, saying like, you are talented. And then I was thinking, oh, okay, cool. I didn't necessarily message him in that instant, but that me and him already had that little type of history. So then I think it was, if I'm correct, it was in 2009, so literally just a few months before I released, I say at least 6 months or 7 months before I released Roll With Me, Sneakbo actually DM'd me and he said to me, oh, let's work, we need to get in the studio. I said, okay, cool. So we linked up and we made loads of songs together. We recorded about 13 songs. And then I said to him, yeah, so I've got 13 songs with Sneakbo. So I said to him, oh, okay, I need a feature on this. And I feel like this would suit you because you're a gangster, you know? And I'm talking about bad girls chilling with the gangsters, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, you suit this song perfectly. You really give it a bit of boost. So do your thing. He was like, yeah, come, I'll do that. So then he recorded. And then I told him, oh, in fact, in 2020, when I released my song Like That, Ramz also DM'd me telling me that he likes my sound and he wants to work with me. So we actually did a song before in the past. And then not too long after, so it was a song that I was featured on for him. And I said, okay, and we also had another one where it was a song for me. And I said, okay, I need another song from you. Can you do this for me? And he was like, yeah, anything to support. I was like, yeah, cool. So then I told him to record and come to the studio, but he hadn't done his verse yet. So when I was with Sneakbo, I said, yeah, like Ramz is gonna be on the song and we're gonna shoot a video, like there's a whole vision. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds really good. So as soon as he recorded, I sent it to Ramz and Ramz recorded his. Then we planned the music video shoot started and Sneakbo couldn't make it. So in the end, it was just me and Ramz, but that's the story of Balamory.
It was fire though. The song's fire. The visuals are fire. Like, what was that experience like for you as a whole? Like, you know, just working with them three together. Like, what was that like?
Yeah, you know, it was fun, especially working with Sneakbo because I had loads of studio sessions with him, and it was like fun. Like we'll start studio session at 7 p.m, finish at 11 in the morning, and we're just working, recording, and it was just vibes. And even with Ramz, like he's good people, good energy. So yeah, no, it was good. It was fun.
Now, how did it come about that you opened up for Tion Wayne, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, no, it was actually a promoter that was organizing Tion Wayne's headline show, and they contacted me and said that they wanted me to perform. And so yeah, it was fun. I had rehearsals with my 2 dancers, and they came with me to Birmingham, and we performed. And yeah, it was fun.
It was fire. It looked fire as well. Have you met Tion Wayne? Have you guys like had a conversation?
I have met him, but I met him at like it was an industry party at Shaka Zulu. There was
okay.
Yeah, even was it Drake? Apparently Drake was there. I didn't see him, and the Migos were there, and I was with them like later on. Yeah, yeah. It was during Wireless when Wireless. Okay. Yeah, so there was quite a few people there, and I spoke with him briefly. But on the day of the performance, like everything was so hectic that day. I missed him. Like I didn't even see majority of people's performances because it was just very, very hectic. But I did see like a couple of his last few songs that he did. But yeah.
Amazing. So we need to talk about your latest single. Well, one of your latest single, Girls Wanna Have Fun. First of all, I'm obsessed with that song. Love the vocals from the acoustic. Like that song is fire. Like love it. But I wanted to ask you, right, what made you go for like the video game style for the visuals?
So I like the fact that you asked this question. So the reason why I went for that is because I wanted to make it because many people, they may not understand my understanding of girls just want to have fun. A lot of people may take it in a different way. So I thought, you know what? I'm a big kid. Well, not anymore, but when I did make that song, I'm a big kid. I like to play and have fun. I like to go to arcades. I like to play golf. I like to do. And sometimes, I do like to have a drink as well. So,
because I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the title, I was like, oh, this is giving me living my best life, hot girl summer vibe. So I had to ask you that, like, what did you mean by girls want to have fun?
No, I did mean that, but at the same time, I also wanted it to be like how do I explain it? There's a specific word I'm looking for. I wanted it to be not a juxtaposition. I wanted it to be like showing a different type of fun, like not necessarily the fun that you would expect. I didn't want it to be something that you would expect. I wanted it to be outside of the box, something different. And I want it to be a thing where I'm in a game and I'm like like, oh, I'm having fun, but I'm actually in the game. So I'm out with my girls. We're about to go enjoy. Oh, let's go to the arcade. Let's go play some games. And instead we end up being in the game and we're actually participating in the game. And I want it to just be like girls want to have fun, but like girls just want to do their thing and not necessarily have to show that in a different time. Do you get what I mean?
No, definitely. It's definitely different and unique. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that, I was like, oh, we're about to expect some booty shaking, all that. But you know what? It was very smart and it's different. And I loved it. Like, that's what I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with the song and the visual because they all come together. You can like, it's creative. You know, you're creative. So you have to think outside of the box, right?
Exactly. I don't want to do the cliche thing that everybody's gonna expect. Everybody's gonna, you know. I rather do something different. I do know. I don't really. I haven't. Maybe I don't watch enough music videos, but I don't think I've seen anyone from the UK do like a video game type of video. I don't think I have. But yeah, so I want to do something different and fun, and it was fun. So
yeah, it was fun. I definitely enjoyed it. So you have a very unique sound. Would you say that your sound is more Afrobeats with a sprinkle of R&B or straight Afrobeats?
So what I like to call it is Afro R&B because I'm a singer, I'm a vocalist, and I love melodies. And a lot of my inspirations of my melodies are like R&B, gospel-y, but then I do like singing on beats that are Afro beats. So when you put the R&B vocals on an Afro beat, it becomes Afro R&B.
I love that. And you can definitely like you can sense it on your music. Like, I'm like, I can't really figure out if she's an Afrobeat artist or she's an R&B artist, because obviously with your acoustic you have a whole lot of R&B, and even with your music you have a whole lot of R&B, and with your covers you have a whole lot of R&B, but then you also have Afrobeat. So I was like, I have to ask her about that.
Thank you. Yeah, I prefer to. I don't want to put myself in a box, so I am very versatile. But the sound that I do love doing and that I've been doing a lot regularly, especially with the songs I haven't released yet, are much Afro R&B.
Well, you recently released a little single called Readyo. So Readyo, I'm not gonna lie, I had to ask you this question. Like, what were you trying to tell us? Are you trying to let us know that you're ready to settle down? Is it something that, you know, you're trying to inspire the ladies?
Yes. When I wrote that song, I was in love.
Okay.
I'll say at the time I was ready to settle down, and I did have a boyfriend at the time, which is why I wrote that song. So yeah, you guessed it. But now obviously I'm single, but I'm focusing on my music career. So yeah.
Ooh, interesting. So, which brings me to my next question, because you know, back in the lockdown during the pandemic, you released your single Like That. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting all of that. It was very spicy. Now, what would you say to all the ladies out there that are single, or ladies that are in a relationship, or couples? Like, what advice would you give to them in terms of, you know, keeping it spicy in the relationship?
Oh, girl. I mean, well, I feel like first and foremost, putting God first. And if you're in a relationship, put God at the center of that relationship, and it will always stay spicy. You know, that's all I can say. Literally.
Is that it?
That's it. I don't want to say anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you one of those people that, like, you're like a relationship kind of girl? Like, you love love?
I love. And when I love hard. So yeah.
Interesting. So what did you do on Valentine's Day then, since you're single? What did you get up to?
Valentine's Day, me and my cousin went to play golf. We went out to eat, and my cousin is a boy as well. So many people thought he was my date, but literally just my cousin. And then I went to church in the evening.
Love that. No, I want to ask you, what's next for Natalie? I know, like, you're currently working on some new music, but like, are you working on an EP? Are you working on an album? I know you did tease us a little bit on the Instagram, you know, with some new music, and it sounded fire, but what's next for you?
So my new single, Fire, will be coming out very soon. I recorded it in Nigeria, and I'm
Ooh.
really excited about it. It's basically just about me and like how much I'm on fire in terms, hence why I'm wearing the blue, because I represent the hottest part of the fire, as well do
Okay.
you. You represent the hottest part of the fire because you know that you are that queen, you know?
Thank you.
We attract greatness, you know? So literally my new file coming out very soon. And obviously it's not necessarily about the typical things I was talking about before. I feel like I've grown out of a lot of different things, and especially with relationships, I feel like right now I feel like it's a distraction. I just want to focus on my career. Hence why I'm saying God first, you know, because he'll only be the one to lead you. So I feel like with this single, it's mainly about just dancing and just loving yourself, embracing yourself. Everyone that is people that are not confident in their body, this song should make you confident in your body and own it, you know?
Ooh, love that. I love that. Now, why Nigeria? Why did you decide to, create the song in Nigeria? Is it because of the producers that are there? Like,
So I'm actually half Nigerian, and I had never been to Nigeria before, which is slightly
interesting. So it was your first time, right?
it was my first time, and especially because I am making Afrobeat or Afro R&B music, I felt like if I'm gonna make Afro R&B music, I need to go to the root of Afrobeat. Feel the roots, feel the vibe, see what it's actually about, and understand where I'm from, and really get in touch with who I am. And I met so many people that were actually from the same tribe as me, which is very rare because I'm Delta Urobo, and there's not many Delta Urobo people. And I worked with producers that are Nigerian that are great with making Afrobeat from scratch, and it's the real Afrobeat from the place where it's from. So it's a whole no. So yeah, I decided that, you know what, if I'm gonna make Afrobeats, let me go and make it in Nigeria with the Afro Nigerian producers, that know what they're doing.
Love that. So I want to say thank you so much, Natalie, for coming to my platform. I know you're very busy, but any last words? Where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. My name is Natalie Okri, so that's Natalie Okri. On my Twitter, my Twitter and my Instagram, there's an underscore, so Natalie Okri _. So yeah, and make sure you stay tuned for my new single Fire, which will be coming out very, very soon. And make sure you wear blue because you are the hottest part of the fire.
Hey, love that. Thank you so much, Natalie. Honestly, I appreciate it so much. But have a lovely evening, and we should see you very soon.
For having me. God bless.
Bye. See you later.